The last has not been heard of what Faith went to do at Makoko. Yes, we must have caught up with the fact that he may have gone for medical outreach. He may have also gone there to do other things, eating amala. And then he met some faithfuls over there, and he gifted some of them the faithful hoodie top, and it was just a beautiful sight, giving who he is and what he is. But there's something else that I think I missed out about the Makoko thing. The Makoko was also the place where he took this stunning picture, the picture that where he was wearing black, and he was on a boat in the middle of the river or something, the slum. I mean, it's crazy. And there's something also he highlighted that I thought that I also missed. He was saying that the government of Lagos had sold that area to a private developer, and they are about to take control of that place. And he was using his platform to advocate for some sort of amicable resolution to the issue, because of course we know that by constitution, by the standard, the government owns the land. So if the government wants to sell it to a private individual for some sort of development or for some sort of upgrade, I mean, it's their prerogative. You can't fight it because it's in our constitution. The government owns every land, within the space of wherever the government is located. Whether the state government, Lagos state government owns it, but ultimately the federal government owns it. So he was using that platform to not just call the attention of how slummy that place is, but of course the fact that that entire place has been sold. And it just struck me that this guy, I don't know, can you think through any housemates? This is 2 months plus since the show finished. Can you tell me any housemate that has used their platform to do the things, just half of the things that this guy has used his platform to do? Like, let me play the video for you. Then I would continue this particular conversation, because it's beginning to look like this guy operated from a totally different perspective. We understand, again, like I would always say, I am not under any pressure to try to highlight some person's way of doing things and the other person's ways of not doing things. It's their prerogative, okay? You can decide to use your platform to promote your brand, to push a narrative. It's up to you. It's none of my business, actually. But what is my business is to basically tell the story of people who have finished the Big Brother platform and are continuously using their platform to promote human well-being generally. It's hard to find that person. And I can tell you, go even way back to when the show started in 2015. This is the 10th season, right? Tell me one particular season where somebody finished, in fact, even limited to even the winners, limited just the people who won. How many of them have done something with that money, maybe using the money to create a foundation that people gain from, or collaborate with existing organization in order to get people going? Like I'm trying to find out, like, I mean, if you look at the winners, if we're talking about FA, we know what he uses money for. We're talking about wine money. We know what he uses money for. We're talking about Lakon. We know what he uses money for. We're talking about Miracle. We all know what he uses money for. And of course, his platform for. Nobody has ever advocated for people like this guy has done in the last 2 years. This is what I'm observing. If there's something else you have seen, or somebody else you have seen that is advocating for people much more than this guy, or maybe at the same level, or even 20%. I would like to know. But this is just unbelievable. Let me play this video for you.
For a photo shoot, but I left there a life lesson. I went
Watch this.
to Makoko for a photo shoot, but I left there a life lesson. This is Cyborg, my photographer. He did a great job. I spent so much time trying to balance on the boat so I don't fall into the water. But after I learned how to do that, I started to pay attention to my environment and I realized this is a whole different community from what I'm used to.
Totally different.
They have a full ecosystem, a different language. Like, you see how happy they are? They just want to leave. And that really baffled me because in these conditions, they still find joy in it. Like, for example, this boat you see passing is how they buy food or food stuff. They buy drinks, they buy clothes, all on canoes like this, speaking their own languages. Even kids know how to ride canoes like this. But aside from all these interesting things I saw, Makoko is facing a problem right now. The government sold the land to someone and the person wants to turn it into a residential area and kick everybody here out. Over 3,000 people are going to be homeless soon because Makoko has been sold to a private person. I don't really have a solution for that, but I believed telling the story would do something important for that. So I learned so much about Makoko, and I also had a very interesting photo shoot. I also met the very interesting people, and we had this very cool tour guide that speaks amazing English. I hope God blesses him wherever he is. It's a beautiful place, and I had fun. I went to Makoko for a photo shoot, but I left there with a life lesson. This is Cyborg, my photographer. He did a great job. I spent so much time trying to balance on the boat so I don't fall into the water. But after I learned how to do that, I started to pay attention to my environment and I realized this is a whole different community from what I'm used to. They have a full ecosystem, a different language. Like, you see how happy they are? They just want to leave. And that really baffled me because in these conditions, they still find joy in
As
it.
in, how?
Like, for example, this boat you see passing is how
They don't
buy
fall
food
sick?
or food stuff.
Damn it.
They buy drinks, they buy clothes, all on canoes like this, speaking their own languages. Even kids know how to ride canoes like this. But aside from all these interesting things I saw, Makoko is facing a problem right now. The government sold the land to someone and the person wants to turn it into a residential area and kick everybody here out. Over 3,000 people are going to be homeless soon because Makoko has been sold to a private person. I don't really have a solution for that, but I believed telling the story would do something important for that. So I learned so much about Makoko, and I also had a very interesting photo shoot. I also met the very interesting people, and we had this very cool tour guide that speaks amazing English. I hope God blesses him wherever he is. It's a beautiful place, and I had fun. I went to Makoko.
You know, you see, Faith is the kind of person that will never, he will be the person with the most success when it comes to life generally. I am telling you this for free. I mean, I know shit happens, okay? Stuff happens, but the way he has designed his future or design what he wants to engage in, he will be the most successful BB Ninja personality, not just of 10 over 10, might be throughout BB Ninja. There is absolutely nothing, quote me. You know, sometimes I tell you don't quote me. There is absolutely nothing you can do without service to humanity. In fact, everything you know or you think is rounded around service to humanity. Think about it. The course you studied in school is service to humanity. No, just think about anything. Don't even go for the ones that are high end. Just go for the least. Those who did sociology in school, you be thinking, so what do they do? Sociology. Sociology is a study of society. And these are people who practically use the societal story to, bless humanity and to get humanity going? Psychologist? Is there any course you can think of that is not tailored around service to humanity? None. Whether you are studying electrical engineering or mechanical engineering, just name it, it is service to humanity, not service to oneself. Yes, part of it might be service to oneself because you have to be okay and all right for you to be able to go to the next level. But everything is rabbled around service to humanity. And the science of service to humanity doesn't die anytime soon. It doesn't die, it doesn't go out of fashion. Because that is exactly how the world is, you know, tailored. Service, continuous service to humanity. And this guy knows it. And that is why he is using his platform to service humanity. And I don't think there's anybody that's going to match him in a couple of months. And you know how I always say that the Big Brother Niger conferment of status on anybody is fleeting, because after this year, the next year, new people come in and everybody forgets about the people who, this guy will remain in the mind of Nigerians for a long time to come. It's not going to be one of those that was, would you remember? Quite frankly, I didn't remember last year's season's winner. But it was when I started doing this analysis that I remember I had to go and check who even win last season's Big Brother. I didn't follow last season's Big Brother. Kelly Ray and the likes and the likes and the likes. So I don't even think you should even believe me. Don't believe me. You go they play, you go they see, and you go they play, you go they show. And I will remind you guys a little later about these things I have said. So whatever you do, my friends, tie it to service to humanity. That is the only way you can remain relevant forever. Yes, service to humanity, to community, from wherever you are is the key. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.